Hi Green Thumbs, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to make a moss pool for my bipenniforlium that we received. Oh my gosh, I've had this thing for several months now, probably since like August, so almost 6 months now. When I bought this plant, I knew I wanted to make a moss pool for it right away, so I did, and I figured out actually how easy it was to make. So I thought I would show you guys how I make the moss pool for this guy. So keep watching. Supplies needed. We have our sphagnum moss, twine, our bamboo stick, and our plant. Alright guys, here's the spag I like to use. I'll leave a link for it in the description down below. I get it on Amazon. I got 3 of them. I think I paid maybe like $21 for it. Each brick that you see here is 8 liters, and I'm going to show you how much that expands. I think we're going to try to break this in half the best we can, get it wet, and then we're going to get it onto our bamboo stake. Guys, so we're going to try to break this in half again. This is already half of one of the bricks that I showed you, so essentially we're going to use a quarter of one of the bricks. Yeah, we did that pretty well. There we go. We'll pour some lukewarm water into that. What I want you guys to see is how easily and how quickly this expands. And I just keep flipping it around until all of it gets wet. And you can see there's a lot of water in there yet. So I'm going to put the camera back down and try to drain this the best I can. Alright, so I don't know how well you guys can see, but there's a lot of water in there. I'm just trying to push it down as I'm draining it to try to get that water out of it. I want it damp, but I don't want it soaking wet. Alright, so that's pretty good. I'd take a minute and clean up the sink. Make sure you have your catch in so it doesn't all end up in your pipes.
I have really red lips.
Alright, so we've got our moistened sphagnum moss, and next we're going to need our bamboo stick. Is probably approximately 18 inches long. Lucky me, because it was already in there, I know how far down I need to take the moss. So this is where we will start the moss. And then from my twine, I'm going to cut approximately 36 to 48 inches. This is a really messy process, so I recommend some sort of barrier between the surface that you're working on and your moss, just because it'll help you clean up. So then I just grab handfuls and I do my best to shape it around. I found when I made the first one, I like to work in approximately, I don't know, 4 or 5 inch chunks. because I found that that was easiest for me to manage. So we'll start there. I'll take one end of my twine. I'm just tying it as tightly as I can. And what I learned the first time around is it's much easier if you spin the stake and pull your twine tight. And then I kind of go up and down. Add more with my dominant hand. I'm left-handed. So for me, I'm going to add more with my left. Now if you see a bunch sticking out or it looks uneven, work your twine back down. Wring out any excess before you add the next handful. Actually went, I'm about out of rope. You can see I have about 6 inches left. So I'm just going to cut another piece. I'm going to tie it on now so I don't have to fool around with it when I get to the end.
So that's coming along pretty good.
Yeah.
Are you filming?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna edit it out or what?
Edit what up?
I'm talking.
Yeah. I just put music to it. Okay, now we're ready to finish it. So again, out of twine, going to add more. I don't know my knots, but I'm essentially taking the 2 pieces parallel to each. So it looks like that, because that's a nice, strong, secure knot. I'm going to wrap it back down about another 8 inches or so. Here's a thin spot. So since we're headed that way anyway, let's stuff a little more moss in there. Okay, and then when you're ready to tie it all off, pull up a little bit on the last spin or loop that you made around your pull. Thread it through. Pull it nice and tight. Spin it around again. Do the same thing. And then this time we're going to tie it off. This is a little trickier with the twine, but we're just going to keep massaging it until I get it as tight as I can. And I'm going to stuff it back in to double knot it. And then just work that knot down, pushing it down as best you can. Okay, cut off your tail. Ta-da! Let's stick it in the plant, see what it looks like. Okay, so here's our plant. You can see in the back here, this is the new leaf growing here, and here's an aerial root, here is an aerial root. This is the part that I want to put the moss pool in and allow it to continue to grow up. This one sticking out here, can't really affect that, or this baby leaf down here that isn't mature. So we'll take our moss pool. Lucky me, I already had the hole in there. If you were putting this into a plant that you were repotting, fill about 1/3 or 1/2 of your pot in with soil, put your moss pool in, and then finish potting your plant. And then once it's in there, just secure your plant up then. Maybe I can tie that on there. So I've got this extra piece of twine left. Let's tie this guy up. You want it tight, but not so tight that you damage the stem that the leaf is growing on. And then I think this guy, we'll see if we can't get him massaged up against the moss pool a little bit. There you have it, guys. There's our homemade moss pool. All natural ingredients, all stuff just laying around the house, all stuff that will not rot in your soil. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, let me know. If you've made moss pools before, let me know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.